in this open and free textbook that we're going to be using. It's called Management Communication, and it was created by the Marriott School of Business at Brigham Young University. Now, first of all, let me grab my picture here and move me to the side a little bit. There we go. All right. So this is called Management Communication. It has a total of 14 chapters, but we will not be able to use all of those. We'll use about 8 or 9 of them. So first of all, I want you to look at the top of the screen here where it says mcom320.net. mcom320.net. That is the URL, the address of this book, and I recommend that you bookmark it because you're going to need to go there a lot of times. Let's take a quick look at Chapter 1. You get there very easily simply by clicking on it. It's called Why Be a Skilled Communicator. There are 4 sections here. Notice that it's blue and underlined, but when I put my mouse over, it changes to a hand and it turns red. That shows you that it's a hyperlink. You can do that, or you can just scroll down. I think it's important to notice this little blue eye over here because those are links to articles, many of which we will read. Not all of them. I will tell you which ones. So here it goes on about write for business, be a top hire, what's it like writing for business. And here's a pretty good example. See at the screen here, it's an example about being brief, which is our first topic. It's from FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Administration. And here's what they originally said. It's under before. Take a deep breath. Timely preparation, including structural and non-structural mitigation measures to avoid the impacts of severe winter weather, can avert heavy personal business and government expenditures. Experts agree that the following measures can be effective in dealing with the challenges of severe winter weather. What? No, that can be made much simpler. How about the after version? Severe winter weather can be extremely dangerous. That's easy to understand. Consider these safety tips to protect your property and yourself. I love it. How to be brief and direct, but say what you need to say. So there's a section 2, and here's an example of an eye. There's that blue eye. The blue eye is not a hyperlink, but this blue text with underline is. So I'm going to move my cursor. It changes to a hand, and it changes to red. I'm going to click it, and that's going to open up another tab. And that tab is the article. In fact, we are going to read this article, and the vocabulary from this section is from this article. I would also bookmark those articles. And of course, there will be advertisement, which we simply get rid of. Goodbye, advertisement. Thank you. So it's called Bad Writing is Destroying Your Company's Productivity, and then it goes on and on and on, and the vocabulary is from this chapter. I'm going to close this. I don't need it. And I'm going to go back to section 1, and here it goes on. Then it talks about being a leader, and I would like you to notice this quote here. It says, anyone who claims to be a leader must speak like a leader. That means speaking with integrity and truth. And who said this? Somebody that by the name of Kamala Harris. Does that name sound familiar? She's our vice president. Alrighty, let's say then there's section 4, and then there's in conclusion. It's a very short chapter. Now what can you do now? Once you've read all that, you can, well, there is no previous chapter, but you can go to the next chapter this way, or you can go back to the original 14 chapters and click on that one. Either way, both of them work. So here's the second one. I'm going to do a second video about this chapter because chapter 2 is totally different from the other chapters in this book, and it needs a separate video just for itself because it's all about what everybody loves, grammar. So here we are in advanced writing for work. I welcome you, and I know we're going to have a very good time together. Thank you.